And joining us right now, a great pleasure to welcome a man who has put together a book that's going to be helpful because we're coming into the grilling season right now. It's Memorial Day and 4th of July and all that straight ahead. We're joined by Stephen Raichlen today. He's put together Barbecue Bible, Best Ribs Ever, and he joined us by telephone. Stephen, thanks for joining us. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. You are a master griller. That's quite an accomplishment to become a man. Did you always set out to be a master griller?
I have taken a very odd life path. I actually graduated from college with a degree in French literature, and never in a million years figured that I would become an authority on barbecue. But America's a great place, and curiosity takes you to places you never imagined, and I just couldn't be happy.
It's a great country. Was grilling, barbecuing always something you did as a kid or with your family, or how did you gravitate toward getting into it where you became an expert at it?
Well, sort of being an American male, I always did grill, and I used to live in Boston, so during the winter I would chip the ice off my grill and grill all year long. My professional interest in barbecue really dates from November 1994, when I had a very simple but very profound realization, and that is grilling is the world's oldest and most universal cooking method, but people do it differently in every country and culture. So I decided my life's work, at least for a decade or so, would be to study and document how people grill in different countries.
Are ribs, you kind of bring up a point there just by saying American. Are ribs more of an American grilling thing? I don't hear about it in other countries. I guess they must do it, but it seems like that's like an American kind of thing, like hot dogs.
That's the interesting thing. I mean, certainly, ribs are the most iconic and quintessential American barbecue. We have many different regional styles, the Memphis dry rub rib, the Kansas City smoky rib. But as I traveled around Planet Barbecue, what's interesting is that, other cultures really do grill ribs and have made ribs fetishes in their own way. I mean, for example, in Korea, one of the national dishes is a dish called kalbi kui, and it consists of beef short ribs that are very thinly sliced through a really unique butterfly technique and direct grilled on a hibachi. Or in Argentina, they have a rib called a tira de asado. Again, a beef rib, again, thinly sliced, direct grilled over a wood fire and served with chimichurri sauce. Mm-hmm. So, no, we don't have a monopoly on ribs.
Well, the book has over 100 different recipes for making the different types of ribs. And then there's pork ribs, there's beef ribs. Do you have a favorite? And is one easier to cook than another, or does that not make a difference, the type of beef?
Well, in terms of my favorites, I love every sort of rib. And one rib that I think we tend to overlook in North America that's really terrific is the lamb rib.
That's right. I didn't notice that, but the lamb rib, right?
Lamb ribs. Yeah, lamb ribs are very popular in the Mediterranean, in North Africa, and, of course, in Australia. In terms of sort of the first recipe to try from the book, I would say that would be the First Timers rib. It's made with baby back, which is a quintessential pork rib. And I have taken pains to explain the process in such detail that even if you've never grilled a rib before in your life, you'll be able to follow it.
Well, now, dry rub and that kind of thing with the seasoning. Well, what does that do? Does that tenderize the meat, or or is it just for taste only?
Well, the dry rub serves two purposes. First, it adds your first base layer of flavor, and second of all, it helps form the crust. Okay, in sort of professional barbecue competition circles, that's known as the bark, B-A-R-K, like a tree. Mm-hmm. And it refers to sort of a rough, crusty, incredibly savory, delicious exterior on a rib. And so the rub helps serve that purpose as well.
Charcoal grills or gas grills, I know you get into that a little bit in the book. Does the type of grill you have alter the taste of the ribs, or does that not have an effect?
Well, it depends on what kind of grill you're cooking. what kind of rib you're cooking. And if you're doing, let's say, Asian-style ribs where smoke is not a traditional flavor element, you can have equal success on a gas or charcoal grill. However, if you want to cook ribs in the style of North America, you need wood smoke, and it is much easier and more effective to smoke on a charcoal grill than a gas grill. So my advice is, if you have a beautiful stainless steel super grill you love, invest in an inexpensive charcoal grill for smoking ribs.
And you get in the book as well some of the great side dishes and the different types of barbecue sauce on there. And what's some of your favorite side dishes to have with ribs?
Oh, boy. One would be the smoked macaroni and cheese. Smoke has a dimension that you just don't normally associate with ribs. Another would be the baked beans, which kind of are part and parcel of any great barbecue. And these are smoked on a smoker, so they just really get sold. But I even include desserts because I believe at Barbecue University and also at the Raichlen household that you should cook the entire meal on the grill and dessert.
Something just tastes better when the meal is cooked outside. I don't know if that's psychological, but it does taste better. Have you done any studies on that, Steve, or is it does taste better if it's cooked outside?
I completely agree with you, and I think there's several reasons for it. I mean, number one, sort of as a species, we began our career with cooking and grilling outdoors. And I think anytime we light a fire, light a grill outdoors, and eat outdoors, we're sort of reenacting this birth of humanity. Second of all, food really does taste better on a grill. And if you're working on charcoal or a charcoal grill or wood-burning grill, you have to do it outdoors. You cannot cook with these materials inside because of the danger of carbon monoxide poisoning.
And you're eating with your hands. It's kind of primal.
And eating with your hands, and I think that's another reason, frankly, why people love ribs so much, because it's a quintessential of food you eat with your hands.
Well, the name of the book is called The Barbecue Bible, Best Ribs Ever, 100 Killer Recipes, and also including slaws, baked beans, and finger-licking sauce. We've been talking with Stephen Raichlen today. And Stephen, give out a website that we get a hold of the book, or get a hold of you if they like.
I would love to give you that. It is barbecuebible.com, and that's BARBECUEBIBLE.com. And my Facebook page is Stephen Raichlen Author. That's RAICHLEN, Stephen Raichlen Author. And this week we'll be providing rib recipes, tips on grilling with grilling ribs. Sign up for my newsletter, which gives you the latest information and tips on barbecuing and grilling.
Great.
Please come check us out.
Well, Stephen, appreciate you taking a few minutes. I know this is kind of, I guess, your busy time of the year as we talk to you right before Memorial Day, but you got a whole summer ahead, so you'll be busy.
You know what? There is. I love what I do, and it's always a pleasure to talk.
Great. Thanks, Stephen.